Greetings and felicitations.
Hip hip hurrah, tally ho.
Hey, Cutie Pie.
Hey, Puddin'.
Okay, what did you think about this episode and the title?
The butcher's knife cares not for the lamb's cry.
Okay, I like the title. Did you like the title?
Yes, and I think we've talked about this for Discovery, about how they have good titles instead of some of the old shows that
just one word.
Yeah, the one word titles, and the titles are not as descriptive.
Yeah. I would say this is one of my favorite episodes so far in the series.
I think the first time I saw it, I really didn't like it as much, but now
in the rewatch, it's better.
Yeah, we kind of see the beauty of it now. Now that, I mean, I don't know, I guess you just have to kind of step back from it, and now that we know the characters better, and we can just see the beauty of it. It was pretty good, the way they found out, the way Michael Burnham wanted to see exactly what the tardigrade was, and what it, more about where it comes from, so what its motivations are, what it likes, and what threatens it.
Because we were introduced to the tardigrade in the previous episode, and it came across as a violent creature, but now we're seeing it's really something to be cared for.
I mean, it's not a monster, just like in The Devil in the Dark, when they thought the Horta was a monster, but it wasn't. And so here we just have this creature who, they finally found out what it was used for on the USS Glenn, but also they found out that that it's not a natural predator, just like Burnham thought.
Okay, in the last episode we had the real world reference, USS Glenn.
Yes.
We assume it's named after John Glenn. This episode, the name Elon Musk was mentioned. How cool was that?
Yeah, that was neat.
Everyone loves Elon Musk. He was in Iron Man. He was in this. So it's like multiple universes are paying homage to just this awesome guy that's moving science forward.
I mean, he's going to be a part of history.
Mm-hmm. So let's talk about the premise of the show.
I mean, a lot of it about the tardigrade, which the title probably comes from, but also on the Klingon ship, the other storyline. Mm-hmm. And that was a beautiful story too, showing Vogue and L'Rell and the ship being taken over by Cole.
Mm-hmm. I thought that was great. One thing I did find a little bit distracting is the use of the hues of green and blue on the Klingons.
Yes, on the Klingon ship.
We know that green and blue are associated with Romulans. I don't know why they had those colors so prominently glowing on the Klingon faces. So I know that's being nitpicky, but that's something that I can't comprehend why nobody on the set looked at this and saying, "Is this too Romulan looking?"
I kind of think like you're the only person who would notice that. but in a color sense, yes, I think we associate red more with Klingons.
Oh, totally. Even though they were on another ship, I would have just kept it blue, not the combination of blue and green. I really like the relationship with Vogue and L'Rell.
Yes. The way she befriends him.
Yes.
And she had to do it secretly, right? She couldn't let Cole know that she really wanted to help Vogue. And so seeing Vogue being left on the Shinzo, the ship that had been abandoned, yeah, that seemed pretty cruel when you're watching that.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of, I'm like watching it now, like associating him with the tardigrade, like someone who is lonely and needs love. I kind of saw it like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, makes sense. I did like so many facts about the show. We're getting more character development, and it's little by little. We know for these long shows, these series, that they can't throw everyone's background at us at once, which they shouldn't. We want to build up for it. But we're seeing more of a relationship with Culver and Stamets.
That was nice too. Now the thing is, we find out later that they're married. So here we don't really know that they're married, but we do see them together in this.
Mm-hmm. Black Alert. What'd you think about the Black Alert?
I mean, that was good too. I mean, that goes all the way back to the first episode,
mm-hmm.
or at least, well, I mean, the first one where they introduced the Discovery, when they had the Black Alert, and Michael Burnham didn't know what it was.
But now we're actually seeing what it is, and it's going to be becoming more and more common. on Discovery.
Yes, definitely. But having the spore drive and everything, yeah, now we learn about that they use the tardigrade for that. Yeah, and you kind of, because this is another thing, the first time I saw it, I was like, how hokey is that? But I don't know, for some reason, it's better now that the initial shock of, oh, that's what they're doing. Now I've settled in and now you can go, oh, okay.
And you know what I was thinking about when they make the announcement throughout the ship of Black Alert? That's because they don't make announcements for, we're going to Warp 5. They don't make announcements like that. So I was thinking, in universe, it probably, because of dampeners, because of how the ship is designed, no one's systems are disrupted from that, and any type of acceleration or deceleration. But the Black Alert, remember, it's been said like, wow, it's the first time you do it, it's awkward. So I think it's letting everyone know, okay, get ready, everyone. We're going to go faster than we've ever gone before. This is going to disrupt your system. Could be your internal organs, who knows? So I guess people who are in the mess hall eating probably put down their forks and like, okay, I don't want to throw up right now. Maybe that's the reason why they announce it throughout the ship. Do you think that?
That's a good point. Yeah, the Black Alert, because, yeah, you're right. They don't mention it. Like when they're going to warp speed, they don't make an announcement. So now you know that the spore drive, they are going super fast.
Yes.
I mean, like going from 0 to 100 in a second. Our
even
equivalent.
Faster.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm wondering. I really think that's the reason for it.
Yes,
because
probably.
It has to disrupt your system somehow if you're not braced for it.
I mean, even in the movies when they went into transwarp, and remember when they thought they were going to go into transwarp and they had to put on the seat belts.
Yes.
Because it was so fast. So it's something like that where the people they still don't wear seat belts, but they have to get prepared for it.
Yeah. Now, after we saw this episode, we ended up watching the Rent production that was available on DVD. So it was great to see Anthony Rapp. He has singing talents. But in the real world, we didn't see Wilson Cruz on the DVD, but he toured with Anthony Rapp. So they had a background together.
And that was cool because we all got to read about that before this show came out. And it's like, oh, these two guys had worked together before. They were in Rent together. And, I always wanted to see that movie when it came out, and I never got to see it. So, yeah, I'm glad we watched it. And now it means even more to me because it has Anthony Rapp.
Yes. And he's very talented. His character, do you remember how abrasive his character was immediately? Still has that edge to it, but we're seeing little by little, he's softening up a little bit, which I like way better.
Yes, now that it's probably because he's more into his role now. He was the one that was supposed to engineer the spore drive, and he's getting to do that now, even though he still didn't want to do it for war, but at least he's doing his job now.
Mm-hmm.
And Michael Burnham getting the, at the end where she finally opened up the package from Giorgio and saw the message. I kind of see it like the way that she was nice to the tardigrade, like that part getting the message in the telescope at the end was like her reward for a job well done, for understanding a new species, basically. Mm-hmm. So that was a good story arc for her just in this episode.
Yes. And for the fact that Giorgio passed on a family heirloom that's been around for generations, that's solidifying the relationship with Michael Burnham and Philippa Giorgio.
Definitely, because she had always thought of Burnham as her daughter. And it was just great that she passed it on and she talked about it, her reasons, and they had served together for a long time. They were friends and they had this mentor-protege relationship.
Little curiosity there, the plaque that has Captain Giorgio's code is 416647. Those are 2 Toronto area codes because that's where they filmed it.
Oh, that's neat.
A little real world connection there.
Thanks for listening. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and join our Facebook group. Live long and may the force be with you. Nanu Nanu.